helping with healing.
And I just kept telling everyone, Ritter's doing such a good job.
Find out about the important role Irving police dog Ritter played in Uvalde. Award-winning rescue.
I'm gonna throw this over your head, okay?
Irving police officers and firefighters rushed to save victims during last year's winter storm. We're hearing from the key players. Star-Spangled Business.
1,800 square feet. That's about the smallest U.S. flag we make.
An Irving company makes some of the biggest flags you have ever seen. We'll take you on a tour of Symonds Flags. Plus, making large water meters more accurate. And get ready for July 4th. We are previewing Irving Sparks and Stripes. Now on City Source. Through the summer, some people are already working to make sure students have a successful school year ahead. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. That story is coming up, but we begin with a big business win. The company Caterpillar is moving its global headquarters to Irving. That will make 10 Fortune 500 companies headquartered here. The company already has its electric power division offices located at Williams Square. Currently, the company's headquarters are based near Chicago, Illinois, and the move to Irving is expected to begin this year. Caterpillar manufactures construction and mining equipment, engines, and more. I talked with some city leaders shortly after they received the news.
And this morning I received a call from their head person and just said, before we make the announcement, I want you to know that we're going to move our global headquarters here to Irving. He said, we really appreciate what you've done. We love the location. We appreciate the fact that the city's reinvested in the plaza, everything around the area, the talent we have, the people that we'll be bringing in. We've had several of our people already in buying homes in the area. Just really excited, and for our team, you know, the economic development team, and both at the chamber and at the city, working hard to make sure that these companies feel welcome here in our city.
We're always in a battle with other cities, and so I think we're doing a good job.
It's a great validation. We should all pat ourselves on the back, I think.
Caterpillar did not seek any city or state incentives to move its headquarters here. And this news comes just after Builders First Source confirmed it's moving its global headquarters to Irving. And Taiwanese global cybersecurity firm Texas One Networks is locating its North American headquarters in the Urban Towers. We have more economic development news later. Get a look inside Symonds Flags and Poles, another company that moved to Irving. Here are the unofficial results following the June 18th runoff for Irving City Council Single-Member District Place 1. Software developer John Block received the most votes and will take the seat on City Council. Find more election information at cityofirving.org/elections. The mourning and healing continue in Uvalde following that horrific school shooting. An important member of the Irving police team helped with the response. I'm talking about Ritter. We have done several stories with him since he joined the department. Back in 2018, he completed special training at Canine Companions in Irving to help young victims. A team in Uvalde sought his help. In Irving Police Department Family Advocacy Center, child trauma counselor Patricia Guardiola took him to work with witnesses and others impacted there. Here's more. Patricia, it looks like Ritter is a little tired. I guess that's understandable, just back from a special mission in Uvalde. Tell me what a typical day was like there.
Ritter is very tired. He's still trying to recover. A typical day, we would arrive and we would really meet with about 10 to 15 families or children per day. And it just entailed the kids cuddling with him, just kind of sitting and talking, a lot of tears and emotional stuff that was going on down there, as can be expected, with the parents, the children, and then even the volunteers and the workers who were there.
The children he worked with, were those actual witnesses? Were they students who were in the classroom? Who were the people he was helping?
Yes. There were children who were in the classrooms, parents of direct victims, parents of the witnesses. So yes, he got to see and visit with a lot of children.
Tell me about some special moments that stand out to you from your time down there.
The most impactful to me was a family came in and the dad as soon as he laid eyes on Ritter, made a beeline to him and started cuddling him and petting him, and then started talking and really just disclosing all of his trauma and emotions and anger and sadness, and just really letting it all out. And what I noticed was he had talked to Ritter that entire time. He never once made eye contact with me. I stood and, introduced them, but he never spoke to me. He was truly telling his story to Ritter.
How proud are you just to know that you and Ritter were able to make a difference?
Incredibly proud. I was so proud of him, and I just kept telling everyone, Ritter's doing such a good job. He's doing such good work down here. Everyone knew who Ritter was at the end of the day. When I would give kids his card, they were just beaming, like, I'm going to keep this. One mom came back at the end of the week for her session and told me that her daughter framed Ritter's card. So he did make a difference. He absolutely did. I'm very proud of him and that I was able to go with him down there.
Patricia Guardiola said the days spent there were hard on her as well. And upon her return, she went through debriefing with some of her colleagues at the Irving Family Advocacy Center. In other Irving public safety news, an incredible rescue caught on camera led to national honors for 2 Irving police officers. We talked with them as well as the firefighters who were involved.
Where are they? I'm gonna throw this over your head. Hey.
No.
Irving police officers and firefighters rushed to respond when 2 people fell through an icy pond at Thomas Jefferson Park during the 2021 winter storm.
Weather's a lot nicer now.
The first police officers to respond are making their first visit back to the site since that rescue.
It makes me picture a woman's face and the fear that she's in real trouble.
Where are they?
Officer Brendan Fowler was first on the scene. Through his body cam, we can see him moving quickly to act. You thought you were going to have to handle this on your own, or what?
There was a second where I did, when I thought this was going to be just me alone. So that was not a great feeling, and then Travis rolled up pretty quick.
I'm going to swim right. I'm good swimmer. I'm real good.
Officer Travis Allen was next to arrive, and he got ready to go in the water.
It was pretty clear that we come up with an immediate plan.
People everywhere giving me, I think there was 5 different ideas. One guy had something he was trying to break the ice with. Another guy had there was T-shirt, and I think jumper cables.
Female's the one we're most worried about. She's not doing so hot.
The Irving Fire Department arrived moments later.
I was glad when they showed up and started throwing some ladders out to the ice.
First you lay a ladder out so they can reach and grab that ladder and try to pull them in, but they were too weak.
Grab the ladder, grab the ladder, grab the ladder. Go.
The wife, she was struggling pretty hard. I think it was the second time that she dipped under and time was up. We had to go out there regardless.
We had to work quickly, but we had to work safely as well.
You're gonna go? I'm gonna go. Break the water.
Police officer ran out there on that ladder, and then we had to make sure we had control of that ladder from the shoreline as well.
Now watch closely at this unexpected moment captured on a cell phone.
Oh, no, police.
The initial moment when it first broke, I thought, well, here we go. Looks like I'm going in too. So I was trying to go up the ladder as the ladder's going down into the pond, and I was thinking I'm going farther out than is desirable.
There is lady.
Turns out that's the best thing that could have happened, because it allowed us a pathway to get everyone back to shore.
It wasn't long before the victims were in an ambulance and on their way to a hospital where they recovered.
I'm just glad there was a good outcome.
The U.S. Attorney General recently honored Officers Allen and Fowler with an award for distinguished service in community policing for their quick action on the call. While that award is specific to police work, everyone involved recognizes the full team who participated.
Everyone did a great job. They all, we had a lot of city resources out there, and the fire department helped out, did all the medical aid.
Everybody takes a role, and we work together so much and train together. Everybody knows their role, and they just fall into place, and like a football team.
We train for hopefully a little bit of everything, and like I said, we're very fortunate this was a good outcome.
Truly an unusual emergency for Irving, but one these responders proved prepared to handle, making the most important impact by saving lives. The U.S. Attorney's Office is scheduling an event to honor the police officers involved. You can catch up on other police news by checking out our Irving Police Department playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Efficiency and accuracy. Those are two of the goals of a new tool used by Irving Water Utilities. We got a close-up look at how this new technology is helping teams better service large water meters. It's a step in the water delivery and billing process you've probably never seen before. How tough is it down there?
It's pretty tough sometimes, especially in the summertime.
This underground water meter vault is not the most comfortable work environment.
Any form of an insect, could be down there as well.
But the task is important.
We do work hard to make sure that the water is being accurately metered.
Water loss is a big problem for the city, and so anytime we can account for water and know where it's going, it helps us keep our costs down.
This water utilities team is working on a large meter equipped with a new device. Sensors that can help check how the meter is working.
Everything is functioning for the customer. They still have volume and pressure that they need.
One of the cool things about this project is the sensors that they have on this meter, they're actually able to tell us what they think is the problem before we get into the vault itself.
This large meter is located near apartment developments, but hospitals, hotels, and big businesses can have them too. The city has just under 700 large meters. 150 of those have the new sensors that provide a lot of data.
We've actually been able to figure out where we need to put our next replacement program and focus those on the meters that are beyond the point where you can repair them and really need to be replaced.
This initiative is part of Water Utilities' continuing focus on improving infrastructure citywide.
Absolutely. We're always focusing on infrastructure.
So the teams are overcoming the cramped and wet conditions.
It's got its challenges.
To make a difference for all Water Utilities customers.
Billing our commercial customers accurately helps to keep the cost down for our residential customers.
Yeah, and residential customers can also benefit from advanced meter reading technology. Monitor water usage and pay bills anytime at myirvingbill.org. As we experience more hot days, more people are watering their lawns. So we have a reminder about the city's water restrictions. If your address ends in an odd number, irrigation is allowed on Sundays and Wednesdays. If your address ends in an even number, Tuesdays and Saturdays are your days to water. Irrigation is not allowed between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. That's when evaporation rates are highest. Those time of day restrictions continue through October 31st. More details at cityofirving.org/waterutilities. Sparks and stripes. That is the theme for the City of Irving's big 4th of July celebration. The fun gets started with a parade at 9 a.m. on Monday, July 4th in downtown Irving. That will be followed by a watermelon reception in Heritage Park. There is a lot of tradition with that event.
Well, it's a real opportunity for us to bring people together and to celebrate our patriotism.
That evening, the fun moves to Levy Event Plaza for live music and fireworks. Kathy Whiteman and I will be your hosts for that spectacular. And new this year, these fireworks will be sent skyward from 5 barges across Lake Carolyn. The evening will also feature an amazing water show highlighting some landmarks across the city.
Well, one of the things I'm always proud of in the city of Irving is when we decide to do something, we do it right, and we take and go the extra mile. And the water show was something that last year was something new and exciting, and it was well received. So this year, I understand it's going to be even bigger and better, so I'm looking forward to it.
We will also be streaming the event live on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/the City of Irving. And if you are going in person, irvingevents.org is the site to find more specifics such as parking info for Sparks and Stripes. Along with that event, you can also find a lot of red, white, and blue at Symonds Flags and Poles in Irving. The business used to be in Fort Worth and it relocated to Irving. We paid a visit to learn more about it. On a windy day, you can hear the many flags waving outside Symonds Flags and Poles on State Highway 183 in Irving. Inside, you can hear and see how they come together.
They're all hand sewn. We sew the stars on.
Symonds Flags focuses on big flags. We're talking really big. Those you see outside some car dealerships and even bigger.
This is material for a flag that we're going to be making 75 foot by 150 foot. That's 11,250 square feet.
We're excited to have you in our community.
We visited the business during a ribbon-cutting celebration hosted by the Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Every time you come in here, it's awesome. I'm so glad they selected Irving.
Just watching the ladies sew. I mean, they don't talk too much. They're just busy with their little sewing machine.
First of all, it's great to have an American-made product, and it's even greater to have an Irving-made product.
Well, the owner has already proved, I think, that he could step up and be part of the community.
They're very supportive, very, very supportive.
The store sells flags and patriotic gifts to the public, but the primary operation here is making those supersized flags for corporate customers across the country. Turns out, big flags are big business.
Probably about the end of this next month, we'll have our third shift going and we'll be 24/7 making flags. We can't hardly keep up.
Flying a massive flag requires constructing a massive pole. These are pieces of a 250-foot flagpole. One piece weighs 20,000 pounds. But you were talking about million-dollar contracts. This is a huge business.
To give you an example, the 350-foot flagpole is up to about $6.7 million just for one flagpole.
The company moved to Irving less than 2 years ago. Already, there is a lot of success to celebrate at this family-owned business.
Business has been great. It really has. And this location has been great.
Patriotism, pride, and profit coming together at Symonds Flags and Poles in Irving. A lot to see there. The business also has vans equipped with sewing machines so teams can repair flags on site. Symonds Flags is located at 250 West Airport Freeway. The many flags out front make it tough to miss.
Come on now. Oh, baby.
That is a sample of the performance by Donovan Keith at the most recent On-Stage at Heritage event in the newly renovated and expanded Heritage Park. Free monthly events continue through September. Friday, July 8th is movie night with Raya and the Last Dragon showing on the big screen. Organizers recommend bringing a blanket or lawn chairs. August 12th is comedy night, and September 9th is a car show. All events start at 6:30 p.m. The Irving Heritage Society will have the Heritage House open for free tours on Sunday, July 3rd from 3 to 5 p.m. The home was built in 1912 and is a state historical landmark. The brother of Irving's co-founder lived there, and a visit inside is like a trip back in time. Also open for tours will be Mary's Playhouse. The family converted that from a chicken coop, and now some vintage toys are on display inside. While many children enjoy the summer break from school, work is already underway for the start of classes. Specifically, the Irving Schools Foundation is collecting backpacks, notebook paper, and all of the things students need as part of the annual Supplies for Success drive. Crystal Scanio is CEO of the Irving Schools Foundation, and she joins us now. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us, Thomas.
Sure, and we cover this event every year, and it just seems to get bigger and bigger. Tell me about the growth you have seen.
It does, and it's an unfortunate thing that we continue to grow, but we are so blessed with a wonderful community here in Irving that helps us continue to meet the need. We have over 17,000 children that are requesting help this year from us to make sure that they can start the school year off right with a backpack, school supplies, and everything they need to make sure they can just live a normal life and start school like everyone else.
And there are a couple of ways people can get involved. Let's talk first about donating supplies. How can people do that?
We have collection stations at every fire station across the city of Irving. So if you have supplies that you'd like to donate, you can drop them off now through July 22nd. We are collecting anything, but I would especially ask for earbuds this year. That's an item that our students have really been requesting. A lot of virtual learning still happening, and our teachers love having the ability to have the earbuds available. The over-the-ear ones, in the ear, both of those are much needed. Of course, any school supply is needed, and we also accept cash donations so we can then purchase the items that we're lacking for the event.
Yeah, what about volunteering? I know this takes a lot of sorting and stuffing. It is a big effort. How can people get involved in that?
It's a huge effort, but it's probably one of the most rewarding things you'll do. We always feel like once people touch these things with their hands, it'll touch their heart, and they'll learn about so much of what we do and so much of the need that our students have. So We have volunteer opportunities leading up to the event.
And we always get the question, how can students in need receive these supplies?
It's by invitation only, so we go through our list with the district based on the needs of the children, and that's how we invite them to attend the event. And then afterward, we do have additional supplies, and at that point, we distribute them to the schools to make sure that we help the kids that maybe weren't on the list of 17,000 children.
And some of the donations can also help teachers stock their classrooms through a relatively new initiative called the C2C store, right? Tell me about that.
Yes, we launched that in 2017. It's been one of the neatest programs we've launched since I've been with the foundation, because we have the ability to have teachers come in and shop. We don't charge them, obviously, but they can shop for anything they need for their classroom, for a student in need. We have teacher supplies, office supplies, school supplies all throughout the year, and it's very easy for them to come in. And we have retired teachers there actually that help them shop, like personal shoppers.
And what kind of response do you receive from the families who get these donations?
Every year we have at least a handful of parents that pull us aside and just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Especially this year. I think we're going to see a lot of that. I've had a lot of parents already inquiring about the event. You know, COVID really hurt our families financially, mentally, emotionally. So it is, of all the years, this is really one of the years we really need the most help. Our families with inflation are dealing with the choice between food and school supplies and other basic needs, housing and school supplies. So this really takes that burden off of their shoulders.
A worthwhile initiative. Crystal Scanio from the Irving Schools Foundation, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's time for our Pets of the Week, so let's check in with the Animal Care Campus and Michael Whiteside with the DFW Humane Society. Great to see you, Michael.
Hey, great to see you too, Thomas.
And again, we're talking about big dogs, and let's start with Stormy today.
Yeah, so Stormy was adopted from us originally when she was about 2 months old, which was earlier this year. She's now about 7 months old. She was returned. I think the people just didn't really understand the concept of taking care of a puppy because they do have a lot of energy. But she is such a sweet little girl. She has these awesome ears that just kind of flop around. She's a Shepherd Lab mix. And so she's fairly large, and she'll probably get a little bit larger since she's only 7 months old. But she's going to be a great addition to any sort of family, anybody with a yard, anybody that wants to get out and exercise, because she's just a fun girl that loves to play. She enjoys other dogs, she is good with kids, and she loves her toys.
From fun-loving Stormy, we move on to Blue. Tell us about Blue.
Yeah, so Blue was another one he was adopted from us in 2018 and was returned a few months ago. His owner had 2 dogs, and he was moving to a location that only allowed 1 dog. So he decided to return Blue. He's an Australian cattle dog mix. He's about 4.5 years old. Although he did live with another dog, the owner mentioned that he did sometimes show aggression towards other dogs, but I think those were just dogs that he didn't know, probably, because he did live with another dog. So we'll say he's dog selective, but he's a very handsome guy. And if you know anything about the cattle dog breed, they really want to have a job to do. And as long as they're pleasing their owner and doing what they're expected to do, they are amazing dogs to have in your home.
And this summer is also a good time to adopt a cat. You have a special going on and you're making some progress, but there's still a ways to go toward meeting that goal. So tell me about the special.
Definitely. So we're still in the middle of our Summer of 500 Lives, where our goal for both DFW Humane Society and Irving Animal Services is to adopt out 500 cats and kittens this summer. So we've got any cat a year and older at the Irving Animal Care Campus is going to be free to adopt, and kittens are only going to be $50. And, like you said, we are making progress. I know every day we're doing multiple cat and kitten adoptions, but also every day I come in and we have full kennels again, where those that got adopted are now being replaced by new cats and kittens that have come in. So there are plenty of cats and kittens to choose from, all looking for a fantastic home, and you can help us reach that goal of 500 lives now and through July.
And another way to look at that, if you didn't find just the right pet last week, it's worth paying a visit again this week to see what's new at the Animal Care Campus.
Certainly.
All right, Michael Whiteside, thanks so much for being with us.
Sure, thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it.
The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. Check out the websites you see on your screen for hours and to see more adoptable animals. The Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce moved into some new digs, and we're taking City Source on location next time to tell you all about it. And city leaders turned out to celebrate the completion of a project that will take hundreds of homes out of the floodplain. Find out more about the project, which also includes the restoration of some hippos, next time on City Source. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And while you're there, keep in mind that we always appreciate the likes and positive comments. And look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.